When you live in this mindset, you're giving away your power piece by piece. So I had taken a decision in my life, career-wise, which I thought that time was one of the best decisions I'd taken and which turned out to be one of the worst decisions of my life. Professionally, personally, I was suffering. I was completely alone, not knowing what to do at all. And what do I do next? Of course, I said to myself, why me all the time? I started thinking that why it's always me who's at the receiving end, why it's happening with me, what have I done to the world? Now, this is basically a mindset which was blocking all the doors for me to grow, all the doors to take any action. It avoided me from taking any sort of risks. And for example, I'll tell you now, you are in an abusive relationship, just hypothetically. The reason that you are stuck in it is because of the belief, thinking that I can't change it. So I'll tell you, this event which was happening with me, it was a pattern coming along from years and years, okay? Whenever anything would happen with me, whenever a situation like this would occur in my life, I would always think, why it's happening with me? Why it's always me? And it was a pattern continuing. It would not just stop at all. You know why? Because of this belief that I forgot that I have the power to make a choice. People forget. You tend to forget that you have the power to make a change. You don't have to wait for circumstances to change. You have to change your own circumstances because you contain that power and nobody else contains that power. You do. So I thought to myself, now I think I could have really taken an action much earlier. I could have used my damn brains and just taken an action, which I did later on, much later on. And the moment I took an action, the moment I realized and I really took an action, my life flipped. Things changed. It was my power returned back to me. I realized, and that is an amazing feeling because you then understand and realize that you are responsible for your own things, for your own decisions. See, if you are stuck in a situation where you feel, so your mind makes you believe that, oh, you're a poor little girl or a poor little guy, you're a scared guy, you cannot do anything. You have to be in a situation and you have to wait for people to change for you. No, you don't have to do that. Okay, this is one kind of victim mindset. Now, second, I'll give an example, my own example. I was running my business for years, many years, and I had people who were working. I delegated the tasks to, they used to do my day-to-day operational tasks. And when you're an entrepreneur, now an entrepreneur does not mean that you should have a business. Anybody who's working for themselves is an entrepreneur, anything. Okay. And I was primarily overseeing the sales part, the business, the marketing part. And 1 month, the target was not met. What do I do next? Of course, my brain starts telling me, now let's look for someone who has not met the target. Who is the person who has led us here? Who is the person who has not achieved his or her targets? I start to figure out other people who has not achieved their targets. What it did to me, it locked the solutions will never come to a person who stays in this mindset. If you are in a mindset where if you're someone who's working for yourself, guys, you have to take responsibility and ownership of things, of your own results. It was literally my business. It's literally, I own it. It is my own business and I have to take the ownership no matter what. No matter what. If I say to myself, my future depends on people around me, I can't do that. I'm screwing my own business and my own life at the end. But we think that this is what happened with me, this is what happened with us, and that's why we can't grow further. It stops you from taking risks. It stops your motivation. It strips you off of your confidence. It chips your confidence away piece by piece, your power piece by piece. And you don't even understand why things are not changing. Because you're not changing, because you don't believe that you can change in the first place. So how can things change? You are not ready to take responsibility, ownership of your own things will never change like that. Not possible. You don't have to wait. So you wait for the world to change. You wait for the circumstances to change. That's the problem. That's the part which weakens you. Now, what is happening here? You are reinforcing an idea in your mind that you are powerless. You're reinforcing an idea, a belief in your mind that you are so weak that you can't take decisions. You can't take, you cannot take ownership of your own. You are reinforcing this idea in your brain. And when this gets stuck in your brain, you always say, hey, it's never my fault. And when you say it's never my fault, you always will end up taking wrong decisions. I have learned this the hard way. And of course, I was fortunate enough to always have someone by my side to tell me this. And I've seen closely many people leading to such wrong decisions in their life because of this mindset that it's never their fault. This is what victim mindset is. This is the mindset which completely changed, transformed my life. And today I am a whole different person than I was years and years ago. So this is what a victim mindset is really. When you believe that you are shaped because of what happened to you or what happened with you or what that person said to you. Life is shaped because of what that person had done to you when you were growing up. Your life is shaped when how you didn't have things, privileged to have certain things when you were growing up and other people had. That is staying in a victim mindset and not understanding and realizing that you have the power to change. That is what, if you're stuck in this, that why this person judged me. See, judgment is when people assume things about you which are not true. And they start cooking up stories, and it affects you, of course, especially when you're growing up. If you want to know that, so whenever you have to change anything in your life, just remember this solution. It could be understanding how to not overthink about certain things, like how to not overthink of why is this person assuming things about me, why is this person talking bad about me when it's not even true, why this person told me this way, spoken to me this way. You need to understand that first of all, suppose someone is judging you, you understand why people judge in the first place. You will realize all along that it was not even your problem. That whenever you have to change and transform something in your life, understand first of all why that happens, why people judge. And you will realize that it was not even about you all the way. And then you'll be able to make a change. So whenever certain things you need to change in your life, understand first of all why analyze it, and then you'll realize there'll be a big realization, and then you'll be able to make a change. So if you want to see that how did I stop overthinking, or I completely was, I made certain laws myself. I made certain, I would say some rules in my life wherein I was not at all affected by certain judgments or certain things which were said about me or which were assumed or cooked about me. And I'll link a video down below. You can have a look. I'm sure you will take away something from there. You will start thinking, okay, if you are in a relationship, in an abusive, violent, or any sort of that relationship, you will understand that, okay, this is how I can take an action right away. You don't have to wait for her or him to change. No. You don't have to get stuck in that pattern. No way. You can change, you can take decision, and circumstances will change for you in a flip. I'm not here to deny your pain. I've been through a lot of pain in my life. I'm not here to deny your pain at all. I'm just saying that staying in that story, in that belief, in this powerless belief, weakens you. It does nothing but weakens you. I'll give a simple example. You broke a vase. You were just walking by and unknowingly, of course, not deliberately, you broke a vase. And what's the next thing you do? You start saying, hey, it was not my fault. I didn't do it. Right? Anybody, it's a natural instinct. The brain starts defending you. But that's all. What you can do is, see, you have to take a tiny little step. How will you change? A tiny little step of owning some tiny little thought or something which you do every day. You can say, okay, I broke a vase. I'm sorry, I'll be careful next time. I understand that it's not your fault, but you still are trying to take ownership and responsibility so that next time you are actually careful. It's just making yourself powerful step by step. your power has to return back. And that will return back when you realize that you contain that power. And it's okay that you accept something which happened. It's okay because that will help you to grow. It's not it's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of your strength, rather. When something doesn't work out for you, it's fine, it's good. See, when you take ownership of things which are not working out is the real power. Because taking ownership of things which are working out is pretty easy. But taking ownership of something which has not worked out is a true testament of someone who really owns up to it. So listen to me closely now. You can say that yes, this happened, but what happens next is my choice. I have the power to make a choice. Not anybody or not the situation around me. It's the belief I had which will lead me to a good life. Okay, which will lead to me taking a right decision for myself. The last thing I want you to do is, if you have a list of affirmations, or if you really try to manifest a few things, just add this in your affirmation list, or just, even if you don't affirm, just say to yourself every morning that I have the power to make a change. I have the power to choose. I have the power to take an action. I own my own life. I am responsible for my things, and I will make it better for me. I claim that, okay? Because when you do that, your life will change. So I'll see you in the next video, guys, and I really hope that you have a good day ahead. Yeah, see you soon.